ਦੇਸ਼ਵਾ ਬਰਮੋਹਿ ਇਹ ਸ਼ੁਭ ਕਰਮਨ ਤੇ ਕਬਹੂ ਨਾ ਟਰੋ ਨਾ ਡਰੋ ਹਰਸੋਂ ਜਬ ਜਾਏ ਲਰੋ ਨਿਸ਼ਚੈ ਕਰ ਆਪਣੀ जीत करो हर सिखो अपने ही मन को हे लालच हो गुणता उचरो जब आप की औध निधान बने हथ हीरण में तब जूझ मरो जब आप की औध निधान बने हथ हीरण में तब जूझ मरो। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਛਤਰ ਚੌਰ ਤਖਤ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਕ, ਦੀਨ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਪਨਾਹ, ਗੁਰਤਾ ਗੱਦੀ ਤੇ ਬਿਰਾਜਮਾਨ ਜਾਗਦੀ ਜੋਤ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਸਹਿਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਸਹਿਤ बैठे गुरु के प्यारे बच्चों, मेरे वीर, प्यार सहित गुरु पातशाह जी की बख्शी हुई फतेह सांझ करिए। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह। थोड़ी इको घटा दिया। वाहिगुरु 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 वॉल्यूम वाहिगुरु 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 वाहिगुरु। आप सारे तंता योग हो। गुरु पातशाह ने तुहानू सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ गुरसिक्खी प्यार और गुरसिक्खी की परपक्ता विच जो सतगुरु ने बख्शिश की है, उस वास्ते आप जी धनता दे योग हो, शलाघा दे योग हो। जो भी दास ने सुनया है, जिस तरह आप ऑर्गेनाइज करते हो, जो भी प्रोग्राम आप जी लिखते हो, सारे रल के वो गुरसिक्खी कारज वास्ते होंदे। हमेशा जितने भी कारज पुरातन समयां दे विच हुंदे आए, खासकर रिलेटेड टू द गुरसिक्खी, सारे पंजाबी अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं? हाँ जी, चलो ठीक है। तो जो भी पुरातन कारज थां पर थां ते जितने भी होए, say right from the freedom, when India got freedom, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ always not so many people take part, ਪਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣੇ ਕੌਮ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, अपने देश वास्ते प्यार हुंदा है, they only come forward. और ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੀਰ, they set an example, and that example attracts so many. It's a past history. कोई भी कार्य जो related to the गुरसिक्खी, related to community, related to Panth, that doesn't go waste. That's always remembered. You can go to this history कि anytime, anywhere, anything happens, so that becomes a historical day. So ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਕਾਰਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ 2 ਸਿੰਘ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਭਾਵੇਂ 4, ਭਾਵੇਂ 10, ਭਾਵੇਂ 20, ਭਾਵੇਂ 40, if your intention inside ਜੇ ਉਹ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਹੈ, if you are totally surrendered to the Guruji without any profit or without any sort of your popularity, or you want to become celebrity, or any sort of things, that feeling. तो ਉਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ is always with you. Doesn't matter whoever there is and whoever the person is, the God is always with him, and God is always watching. Each and every our action is being watched. सुनत पेखत संग सबके प्रभ नेर हूँ ते नेरे, अरदास नानक सुन स्वामी रख ले हो करके चेरे. So he is always with you. तो ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਸੁਣਾਉਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ just take about 2-3 minutes ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੀਏ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ, which is always wandering, that must be focused, that must be in a listening situation, position. So ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ, that's why they were dedicated. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੰਸਾਰਿਕ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੁੱਝਾ ਹੋਇਆ, he cannot be a dedicated. ਸੇਵਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ you show your devotion once you surrender yourself. So let's do for some time. ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਾਹੇ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਹੈ, ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਹੈ. And you have to, this is a jugti, ਧੁਨ ਮੈਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਿਆ. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਧੁਨ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਆਪਣੀ ਹੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਨਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਸ ਵਾਹੇ ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਨਾ। We have to concentrate on these words and keep little bit a pause, one second, so that you make sure that ਵਾਹੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਲੈ। Our mind is with us, because this mind is very, very clever, which is operated behind with the 5 devils. So he takes the mind quick out. He doesn't want, the 5 devil doesn't want that ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੇ। ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਗਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ। ਮਨ ਸੋਇਆ ਮਾਇਆ ਬਿਸਮਾਦ, ਮਨ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਗਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ we do ਸਿਮਰਨ। ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿਹਾ, ਸਿਮਰ 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 ਪ੍ਰਭ ਆਪਣਾ, ਸੋਇਆ ਮਨ ਜਾਗਾਈ। ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਗਾਉਣਾ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੇ। So this is a process, you know. So just for few minutes ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਦਾ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। तो दास बोलेगा, नाल फिर आप जी ने सारे फॉलो करना। करो जी शुरू। वाहिगुरु 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 वाहिगुरु, louder, वाहिगुरु 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 वाहिगुरु, louder, वाहिगुरु 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਾਏ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਲਗ ਬੇਦ ਉਪਾਏ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਭੈ ਸਿਧ ਜਦੀ ਦਾਤੇ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨੀਚ ਚੌਂ ਕੁੰਡ ਜਾਤੇ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਧਾਰੀ ਸਭ ਧਰਨਾ, ਸਿਮਰ ਸਿਮਰ ਹਰ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕੀਓ ਸਗਲ ਆਕਾਰਾ, ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰਾ, ਕਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਜਿਸ ਆਪ ਬੁਝਾਇਆ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਤਿਨ ਪਾਇਆ। This is a very important factor. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਖਵਾਉਂਦੇ, ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਝ ਡਿਊਟੀਜ਼ ਨੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਮੰਨਣਾ, that is the foremost duty. So this is a preparation of your inside mind, your inside everything. It's cleaning your inside. ਆਪਣਾ ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮਨ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਨਮਾਂ ਜਨਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਭਟਕ ਰਿਹਾ। We are fortunate that ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਲਾਈਫ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ, ਐਂਡ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਲਾਈਫ ਕਿਉਂ ਮਿਲੀ? ਗੁਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੇ ਭਗਤ ਕਮਾਈ, ਤਬ ਇਹ ਮਾਨਸ ਦੇਹ ਪਾਈ। ਭਈ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਦੇਹਰੀਆ, ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਨ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬਰੀ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ something is not directly concerned ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ something is not designated to you. Any task we've been given, the task has to be completed, and you've been allotted with that task, वो टास्क उदों ही अलॉट होएगा जदों once Guruji judges you that you are the right person. Because he is always with you. And he is always judging us. साड़ी जिन्नी कमाई हुंदी है असी how much we do the simran आपे कंडा तोल तराजी आपे तोलन हारा. He is inside, he is watching, he is judging your every action. He is judging. And whoever does with full hearted, he gets something, blessing from Guruji. The Guruji ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ. Anything which is very important and very valuable, then you got to give something. ਜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜੋ ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਖਿਲਨ ਕਾ ਚਾਓ ਸਿਰ ਧਰ ਤਲੀ ਗਲੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਓ. ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ. पहला मरण कबूल जीवन की शादास. There is something always. Guruji ne every shabad, every time he promised to give you, but there is a always condition. If you do this, you get this one. Prabhu ka simran garb na basa. There is two things. Prabhu ka simran and garb na basa. Prabhu ka simran dukh jam na se. If you do simran, you won't come in incarnation. If you do simran, no pain will be there. Hey, nahi कि हाँ भी तुसी कीता कुछ नहीं and Guruji is giving you everything. No way. There is always condition. जे Guruji कहते जब लग खालसा रहे न्यारा तब लग तेज दियो मैं सारा. So there is a condition. जब लग खालसा रहे न्यारा, this is the condition. जब ये कहें विपरण की रीत, मैं ना करो इनकी प्रति. I don't care who you are. So that behind the scene, behind this topic, there's always something you are related to. You're related to Guruji. You're doing communication with the Guruji. And he is the judge. We are the puppets. He's going to move around you if he wishes. Otherwise he can throw you like that. So there is always something always behind. जिन्ने भी साके हुए in the past history, if you read that history, you will come to know. In Nankana Sahib da Saka hoya, there were few people behind who thought of this thing, that we must go there. We must make that Gurdwara free from all those people who captured the Gurdwara and doing all wrong things inside. So you can name them, Bhai Lakshman Singh and other people. Their name is in the history. And other Singhs, those who were there with them, of course their name is there, but you can remember the Jathedar. They remember who pursued it, who had that intention, who had that sort of feelings. They, oh my God, what is happening in Gurdwara? Who is doing all those things? So those people are always remembered. We cannot forget it. This is our history. But to come onto that point, onto that level, there is always is your bhakti. Bhai Fauja Singh used to say us कि शहीदी जिहड़ी है is the most valuable gift given by the Guruji to a person who is most beloved to the Guruji. And to become so much near to the Guruji, we have to do the same action what Guruji says to you. We have to mold our life we have to follow the path described by the Guruji. It's not that suddenly you come out from the home and then go for something big action. It never happened. Anywhere anything happened and you can name those people, and if they are alive, if you can ask them, what makes you to go there? What makes you go to go there? Then they will tell you that what happened to them, why they wanted to go, why they went there, why it happened. So there's always behind a lot of stories, and that what I could smell it or I could understand it, that is a devotion, your dedication. You are completely surrendering, tan man tan sab saum Guru ko, hukum manne paiye. Once you surrender yourself, there is a God, there is a Guruji sitting. There is Guruji always with you, who is going to judge you. Yes, you are now capable. Whether you do a peaceful job or you do any other sort of job. We need you like you people. This is Kali Yuga. This is Western world. We have to control our kids. There are a lot of other things, Western culture, which is attracting everyone. But if you set example for yourself or for other people, those who watch you, and especially for the young kids, they will be natural. So it's very important that you build yourself inside so strong, and your belief and your actions must be so strong that nobody can point you. Because this is very, very major factor. How you move around in the society, how you do your actions. And Guruji ने सानू बड़ा सुंदर उपदेश दिता है कि असी दुविधा नहीं करनी, no duality. The duality is the major drawback is a very big disease ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੁਬਿਧਾ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਠ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਗੁੱਡ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਆਉਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ। ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਨਰ ਕੀ ਦੁਬਿਧਾ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ ਧਰਮ ਰਾਏ ਤਿਸ ਦੇਹ ਸਜਾਏ। ਜਦੋਂ ਦੁਬਿਧਾ ਆਏਗੀ then you feel always ਇਹ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਮਾੜਾ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਆਇਆ, ਇਹ ਉਹ ਆ। Your mind will be always disturbed. Why he is here? Why he is here? ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਈਰਖਾ ਆਏਗੀ। Second thing, ਤੁਸੀਂ you start hatred. Things comes in your mind. ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਉਹਦੀ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ we will always try, he shouldn't be seen here, he shouldn't be here, ਉਹਦਾ ਮੰਦਾ ਸੋਚਾਂਗੇ। ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਾਰਮ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ, ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਕੀਪ ਔਨ ਮੈਲ ਚੜੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਬੁਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਿਧਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖਦੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨਿਰਮਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। half of the way you covered. So these are the qualities you must, adopt. और बच के रहने वाली गल है। There are so many things happening in the world. ते गुरु साहब कहते चंगे मंदे आप लायन. He is the one who is doing it. This is not our duty. बुरा भला कहो किसनो कहिए सगले जी तुम्हारे। क्योंकि अकाल पुरख का दो स्वरूप ने, एक निर्गुण एक सरगुण। निर्गुण सरगुण निर्गुण निरंकार सुन समाधि आप आपन किया नानका आपे ही फिर जा। दो ही अकाल पुरख के दो स्वरूप, एक निर्गुण एक सरगुण। निर्गुण रूप दे विच ही इज एवरीवेयर, यू कांट सी हिम बट ही इज देयर। सरगुण स्वरूप सारा सामने से बैठे, एनी शेप ही इज देयर। ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹਦੀ ਜੋਤ। ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਮਰ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਬਣਾ, ਮੇਰੀ ਜੋਤ ਤਾਂ ਉਹੀ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਹੈ। Because I didn't do what Guruji says to me, that's why I went back and went into the incarnation and I became kutta or billi or keeda or anything. But my jyot is remain same and I keep on rotating. पर गुरु मेरी जोत, गुरु दी जिहड़ी जोत है वो नाल है। So remember all those qualities. If you remember all this, especially those who are organizer, those who are doing all sort of seva, and plus this is a very good for everyone. ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ। ਜੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਚੁਗਲੀ ਈਰਖਾ ਦੁਆਕ ਸਭ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ। पर क्योंकि दिस इज कलयुग, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਏਗੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ, ਨਾਟ ਐਵਰੀਵਨ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਤੱਕ ਜਿੰਨੇ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਭਗਤ ਵੀ ਹੋਏ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਦੱਸਿਆ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਟਿਲ ਯੂ ਸੀ in India or anywhere in the world, ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, it's not gone। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਚਾਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਵੀ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਕਰੋ, ਕਰ ਬੰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਬੰਦਗੀ, ਜਿਚਰ ਘਟ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਹ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਫਿਨਿਸ਼, people started again same thing। ਪਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਧਿਆਨ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। if you want to build up yourself, if you want to build up your character or your internal, your spirit। तो ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਜਿਤਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਕੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ those personalities, they were the main figures। They only had a good chance to come near to the Guruji। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਨਮ ਸਵਾਰ ਲਿਆ। ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਜੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਲੱਗ ਗਏ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਨਮ ਸਵਾਰ ਲਿਆ। and that's what Guru Ji wants। सफल जीवन सफलता का संग, जाके मन लागा हर रंग। जय जय शब्द अनाहद वाजे, सुन सुन अंत करे प्रभ गाजे। प्रगटे गोपाल महांत के माथे, नानक उधरे तिनके साथे। ਉਹ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਬਾਕੀ ਵੀ ਤਰ ਗਏ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਵੀ ਯੂ ਬਿਲਡ ਅਪ ਯੂਰ ਬਿਗ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ, ਯੂ ਬਿਲਡ ਅਪ ਯੂਰ ਬਿਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀਜ਼। ਹਾਂ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਹੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਲਿਵ ਇਨ ਦਿਸ ਵਰਲਡ, ਇਨ ਦ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਰਤ ਵੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਾਲਣਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਮੂਵ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ, ਆਪਣੇ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ, ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨੇ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਅ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ, ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦ ਆਵਰ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ। ਬਟ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ। ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਮੇਨ ਥਿੰਗ। ਐਂਡ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਕੰਸਨਟਰੇਟਡ towards the Guruji's work। तो इन्हां कारजां दे विच इस तरह ही, because since we got freedom in 1947, the Indian government gave us a big reward। We call it reward, not for a fun sake, but it is a bad reward। We were labeled as a criminal tribes। You know what is criminal tribes? You don't know. Criminal tribes is called those who do all sort of killing and all sort of other things, you know. Whereas we were the martial race. We used to fight against the tiny people, against the tyrant people, injustice. You know, that is our history. And those Indian government labeled us a criminal tribes. And we used to be watch all those people. And everywhere we used to be discriminated. So everywhere, right from 1947, we had to struggle everywhere. Right from Punjabi Suba onwards, all the Indian government, Indian states were divided as per the linguistic status, but Punjab was not declared. Where Punjabi is there, and everybody speaks Punjabi, so we were not given as a Punjabi Suba or Punjab. They had to fight for that. So is तरह the government always wanted the Sikhs should be divided. They should remain divided. They should be always they are having a problem, internal problem, and each and everywhere they should have problem. See, even the British government, this all Saka Punjab, Punjab Sahib da Saka, Nankana Sahib da Saka, Taran Taran da Saka, Guru Ke Bagh da Saka, ये सारे जिन्ने भी साके होए ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਕਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ. And after that only you got the control. The Sikhs got the control. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮੁਗਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, we had lot of ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਹੈਰਾਨ ਸੀ ਵੀ these people are never scared of dying. They come up like anything. Kill me, no problem. I'll be shaheed. I'm sacrificing my life for the Panth. तो ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁਗਲ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਹੈਰਾਨ ਸੀ. Even there was a like slogan ਵੀ ਮੰਨੂ ਸਾਡੀ ਦਾਤਰੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਮੰਨੂ ਦੇ ਸੋਏ, ਜੋ ਮੰਨੂ ਵੱਢਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਣੇ ਸੋਏ. They were not scared. Okay, ऐसी spirit सी उस time दे उत्ते. So that same thing happened lot of times. We had to go under the such of the circumstances. Then later on, the time comes when anti-Sikh forces like Nirankaris, those people, they were government agents, like government aided, and then government, they found out that these people can divide the Sikhs. They started giving them aids, started giving them VIP treatments, started giving them all sort of help. If you keep on doing that, if you keep on dividing the Sikhs, you get everything. So those people, they were so boosted up that they lost their mind, and then they started doing Nindya. They started doing Nindya of Guruji. So before the 1978 that incident, there used to be some of the mishaps, some of the like confrontations, few places in Punjab. and they used to be, run away. They never stood up. They never stayed there. They used to run away. But this day, 1978, Vaisakhi Day, because they had a big links now in the government and big links with the authorities, the higher authorities like deputy commissioner or police commissioners and some of the ministers. So with their help, they organized a big program in Amritsar, especially the Guru Ramdas Ji's Nagari. And then they like sort of making all, especially the welcome gates and decorations everywhere, putting the photos and putting the slogans in favor of them, and police protections, everything. They had a big procession on that day. And their volunteers came all over from India. Like there more than thousands, 100,000 people, those in favor, in their favor. That's all government, does it. They go there. So we had our own program, our AKJ's program. They used to celebrate Vaisakhi in Amritsar. And then Sant Jarnail Singh Pindrawale, so they also came up in Amritsar. But we didn't have any communication. But later on, when the procession was over, they went to their own place. They had a big ground, and their congregation, sort of congregation, that was arranged in one of the railway ground. It was a big ground there. So they were all sitting there. And we were in our smagams. We were doing kirtan, and everybody was busy in the kirtan, listening kirtan, doing kirtan. So suddenly the Sant Jarnail Singh Ji, he sent somebody to our place where we were doing kirtan. And that fellow was known to both the Sangat. So he tells to the stage people that this is a message from Jarnail Singh Ji that Nirankari Gurbachan Singh, he's been here and they are doing Nindya, and in our own home, in our own place, and nobody did anything. Police did not stop them. Government did not stop them. And that time the government was Akali. Akali, being Akali, they were there and they did not stop him. Rather, they gave them protections, they gave them all sort of, facilities. So they said, let's go and stop him. So the people, they came over, then all Gursikhs, they decided what to do. So one of our Gursikh, his name was Gyani Hazara Singh, DSP Hazara Singh. And then he stood up and then he said to the Sangha that this is a message come from Jarnail Singh Ji. So we decided that all this youth, they must go, and no children, no women, and old people will not go. all youth can go. And then be careful. So Bhai Fauja Singh ji, he was our leader. He was doing seva in Langar. And I must tell you about Bhai Fauja Singh ji, he was such a character that he was specially blessed. He has so many stories. He did so much of seva for the Sikh community. If I start telling you a whole night, I can tell you the stories. Even the SGPC, they used to scare, whenever he used to go there. Because he was a right person, he was a true Gursikh of the Guruji. And anything happens which is giving you loss, और पंथ वास्ते या कौम वास्ते जिहड़ी चीज़ खराब है, and it is happening anywhere, and if he comes to know that this thing happened, he cannot stop himself. He will go there and he will find out what is happening and why it happened. And then nobody can stop him. And that's why he was so famous amongst all higher authorities, because he was a true man. So he was our leader there, and he came to know that this thing happened and there is a message. So he came out. And he, along with us, we all, around about 150 Gursikhs all together, we marched towards the Gurudwara Sahib, and on the way we were all doing Simran. We reached to the Guru Ramdas Saran, and then the Sant Jarnail Singh was waiting for us. So we all were together, and then Bhai Fauja Singh, Bhai Sahib, Bhai Avatar Singh ji, Khudda Kurala wale, then other Gursikhs, they went for a meeting, and then they decided that we must go. And the person because the Nirankari who came over to our place, और वो अपना निंदा करके चले जा रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने किसी ने कुछ रोकिया नहीं. And actually this was a duty of SGPC, that they must send their force to stop him. But they did not do anything, because they were not the true Sikhs. They were just employees. They did not do anything. And this work, I told you, anything happens behind the scene, there are always true Sikhs. A person who is really devotee, and they can only do the seva. So they decided, okay, we'll go there. We'll march peacefully, and we will not be involved in any violence. And we just protest. We don't like you people. And you stop Nindya. And stop whatever you're saying here, and go back to your place. So we went all in a group, like 50 fellow first went, and then second batch 50, third batch 50, like that. We had small groups, not at a time 400-500 people going. So everybody is empty-handed, except few people. Those because we were always in the bana, and we used to have our big kirpan and taal at the back, and something like takwa in the hand. So about few people, we used to have taal kirpan. Otherwise, all those other people, other Gursikhs, they were not having anything. Maybe some danda or something like that, sariya, like that. No firearms, nothing. Because we didn't have the mood of fighting, We were instructed not to get involved in any sort of violence. If they attack you, if they tell you something, or if they harm you, then whatever you can do it, you do it. Because somebody attack you cannot stand like Gandhi. We mere thappad marla, hun idhar bhi marla. You can't stand like that, no? Because you are Guru ka Sikh. When somebody attacks you, then you counter-attack it. How the hell you are? Yeah. So Guruji sada hukum hai na, peh kahu ko det ne, na peh manat aan. ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਬਰਦਸਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲ ਸਕਦੇ. We cannot. So we went there, and before reaching to that place, the police came in. Because police had information that there is no problem, there is no danger now. After the procession, everybody is quiet. But when they heard about the Jatha is going there, so they came rushing, and there was only one jeep with 4 policemen and 1 inspector. That was very near police station. And he started to ask to stop. They don't go further up. So by the time it wasn't far away, it was maybe 100, 150 meter away. But then the ground starts where they were holding their program, And their volunteers, they had volunteers. Those who were dressed up like army, They were all recruited, paid recruited. And they were given all sort of army training. They had firearms, they had, dande, bamboo danda, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਡਾਂਗ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ. They had one party they had stones, and one party they had acid bottles. So they were fully prepared that we are going to fight. They were fully prepared. So by the time we had a discussion with the police officers, so our Singhs, because they were not organized, because they just came out from Kirtan or any sort of Guru Ramdas Sarah, and they never had that sort of experience. They never had any training. They never had sense of humor like that, how we should behave now. So they started, they were all scattered here and there, because it was about 30 to 35, 40 minutes when we were talking to the police officer. So when they were near to that place, those volunteers, the force, they started coming up and they started hitting all our Singhs without any provocation. They started hitting them with the bamboos, with the danga. So then everyone started running here and there, because they were coming up. And then we were sitting with the police officer. I said, what is happening? Then Pai Fauja Singh looked at that, and he saw that they were hitting our Singhs. Then Bhai Sahib said, now there is no time to talk to you guys. Because look at what happening there. So we prepared ourselves and we started moving towards them. So when we reached near, so they came, running. They came not running, but they were holding all those danga. So they started hitting us. But our front line, Bhai Shahid, Bhai Keval Singh, myself, Bhai Fauja Singh ji, Bhai Ranveer Singh Fauji, Pandra Pindrawale, and another Bhai Avtar Singh ji, Khude Karale Wale. We are all in the front, So they used to hit us, and because we used to know the Gatka, we used to play, So they were unaffected. No one was, got any hit. Because we used to stop and then we used to hit them back. So this was about 2-3 minutes it happened. Then they saw it. This all front line is all Gatkai Singhs. So they started throwing stones. The second party. So it was like a rain, stormy, just like the hailstorm. Have you seen any time hailstorm? Hailstorm. Did you see that? How big you saw the hail? How big? This big or that big? Now we have seen in Australia. I saw this big cricket ball size, the hailstorm. So that time it was like that. They started throwing the stones like this size, and that was a bad time. So many of our Singhs, they got hurt. But we in the front line, we had towel, so we used to just stop our face. That we never wanted the stone should hit our face. Here and there, they were there hitting to the legs or arms or here and there. No, that doesn't matter. Then we used to just pick up the stones again and we used to hit back. Then they saw, oh my God, because they didn't have the towels, So the stones started hitting them itself. And then say, oh my God, this is not working, And everywhere, all itta, everywhere, all these pathar, stones, are everywhere on the road. Then they used the third method, the bottles, acid bottles. And that was also very dangerous, Everybody is barefoot. Nobody is wearing any shoes. And everywhere on the ground there is acid and there is a glass everywhere. Now how are you going to move it? There's a pathar, there's a stones, there's a glass everywhere. And you have a very limited space, like this wall to this wall. And that much is the space. Now where you can go? How you can go to fight? But Singh ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੇ Maharaj ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਸੀ, because they were the true Singhs, and our Jathedar Bhai Fauja Singh, by his virtue of everything, other Singhs were with him. We were all with him, because if you are there, we are here. And we can die for you, no problem. So then they saw that acid bottles, glasses did not work. People are still standing there. Then they started firing. They started hitting bullets. And that is, we cannot cover ourselves, we cannot do anything. We were the open targets. And it was just like 50 yards. Not even 50 yards. And people started falling. The bullets started hitting. So in that process, I had about 2-3 times hit, but one time it hit on my face and my chest, everywhere. It was a 12-bore shot, not the proper bullet, just like .32 caliber bore and .30 caliber bore. It was 12 bore, having so many pellets inside. Yeah, in one cartridge, it is like a compact one cartridge. There's so many pellets, which scatters when it is put on fire. When the ignition comes in, so that becomes red hot, and that straightway, if the target is very close, it straightway hits you. And some of the bullets, they are in such a way that crowd is coming, you want to stop the crowd, so they fire those sort of bullets so that people are just injured, not dying. So once they're injured, they can't move it. So it was my misfortune or bad luck that I got that bullet. So I was down. I had to go down because it was a big blow, And then people, those were our Gursikhs, they were standing by the side, hiding in the behind the trucks, because at the both sides there were trucks. Those who brought people from different places. So they pulled me away from the scene, And then same time, because I did not see other Gursikhs, but I heard it later on that Bhai Keval Singh, he was my very close associated, very close friend, and because Bhai Fauja Singh was the main target. Bhai Fauja Singh, he was shot more than 15-20 bullets, and one time he was hit into the eyes, so he fell down, and then immediately he got up and he covered his eyes, and then again he was ready to fight. But because there is no one, you can't fight it, because no one is coming near to you, and they had all sort of bullets. So then our Singhs, by Gurbachan Singh, Gurcharan Singh from Ludhiana, Taramveer Singh from Amritsar, Bhai Keval Singh, then Bhai Raghubir Singh from Patti, Dasuwal, and few more. They were surrounding Bhai Sahib just to save him, And then there's all the bullets coming in, and everyone was hit up. Everyone was hit by the bullet, and everybody fell down at the same place, because that was a real shot, And in this meantime, Bhai Avtar Singh ji, the Sade Bujurg, that Bhai Avtar Singh, he used to love Bhai Fauja Singh so much. He was an old person, near about 70, 80, age. And he saw Bhai Fauja Singh down, and then he had in Punjabi we call it khunda. the old persons, they in village, they used to carry just like a, um, it's like a danda, but it is just in special form. In the bottom side, it's like a spear, sharpened. So he went with that same kunda. He went into the deep into that those who were fighting, and then he started hitting them because he was old, and how long he can stand, But whatever the power he's got and he fought with those people, and then they started hitting him, and then he stood it like that, and they started hitting him on the head. So he was doing Simran, Vaheguru, and then he fell down, and he died on the spot. So like that, then later on, when all the things, no one left on the road, no one left who was standing, everybody down. Then police came in. And then a lot of things happened. There are a lot of political things happening. But the thing is, they took me to hospital. I was unconscious. There are so many other things came in. Those were hit by the bullets, including Pindramwala Singh's, Manochal, then by Sangar Singh, Gyani Bhagwan Singh ji, and DSP Hajara Singh ji, and some other things like Mangal Singh. They were all injured, like me. They were also injured. So we were brought into the hospital, and then later on, they were so much of fearless guys because they had a big hand from the government, the Nirankaris. If they wanted, their colleague, they could have been arrested there itself. To cross the Punjab area, it takes about 5-6 hours to cross from Amritsar to reach to Ambala. But nobody stopped them, The police or the government people, they were with them, and then they made them to cross over. The government did not do anything, no action. They could have arrested him on the spot. But they did not do it because this is all sort of conspiracy and sort of government action. You can divide the Sikhs anyway, kill them anyway, whatever happens. And then later on, by Janal Singh ji, he came into action, and a lot of confrontations were there in Punjab, and those Nirankaris, they started fleeing off from Punjab. Those who were involved also, and then plus their the organizers, and because he used to say Guru Gobind Singh has Panj Pyara, and I have created stars, 7 satare, like a mockery, he started doing this thing. So those all those involved in those actions later on had a tough time. So this was a incident happened in 1978, and later on it went on going because they killed our 13 Sikhs, and 6 those who were young that time, they stood up. After seeing all this action, after seeing this shahidiyan, ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ youngsters ਸੀ, they stood up and they started taking action. So this keep on going on till 1984 happened. So government is very cunning, always. Government is always not having a soft corner for the Sikhs. We are still struggling. In our Punjab area, the government never wants our Sikhs to be flourish and be happy state and rich state and the prosper state. They never want it. So now somehow they succeeded because our youngster is completely almost they are involved in drugs and they are involved in all sort of unemployments and they are involved in all sort of other activities which is not favorable, and they get deprived of all opportunities to get good jobs. That's why all those youngsters, they flew off from India and they come to Canada or Australia or New Zealand. They keep on going, So finally, the message, it's very, very it's very important for you guys that every action you do it here or any seva you do here, and we must understand how we can stay together. That is the most important message. ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਰਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ to promote our Sikh culture, and those actions are always appreciable. Those who are right thinking Gursikhs here, they will appreciate you, they will help you. And one thing, never get any time that you lose your heart, that you lose your courage or you lose your emotions. Because anything you do it, you go to the Guruji, you do ardas, and then go for all those whatever courage ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. So Guruji is always there with you. Remember that thing. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕਾਰਜ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਾਂਗੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਆਗਿਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ, and we go, ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਕਸੈਸ ਕਰਦੇ. ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੇ. So it is a lot of time now. ਸਵੇਰੇ ਫਿਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠਣਾ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ I can continue with so many stories. I did not tell you the life stories of different Gursikhs, but there's no time now. Maybe sometimes some other time. But ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ, ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀ, they were the cream of AKJ. And they were especially, one thing I tell you, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਭਾਈ ਕੇਵਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਅਵਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਖੁੱਡੇ ਕਰਾਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ, ਭਾਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੇਵਲ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੀ, he was a young boy, like my age that time, 24, 25. But he was very true Sikh. he made me to learn Katha. And one time he was very sick. His father used to live in Calcutta. They used to have a truck business, courier company. And then he was very sick, and he used to vomit completely blood. And inna ज़्यादा blood loss कर गया वो कि उन्हों 18 bottles of खून दियां उधर तक चढ़ियां. 18 bottles. Can you imagine? And when that he was in that condition, and he wrote me a letter later on. He said, I was that condition, I couldn't move my even finger. He lost that much of strength. And he was doing ardas. Guruji, मैं इत्थे hospital च नहीं मरना. He was continuous doing ardas. मैं Guruji इत्थे hospital च नहीं मरना. I want to die on the field. Then he survived, you know. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਬੋਤਲਾਂ ਖੂਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਚੜੀਆਂ. Then he survived, and the very next year Guruji made him to do the Shahidi. Such a nice devotee person. ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਅਵਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਖੁੱਡੇ ਕਰਾਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੀ, and he was also a true Sikh. ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ he was so favored. ਭਾਈ ਫੌਜਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ anything he used to think over, he used to take advice from ਭਾਈ ਅਵਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ. तो वो ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਸੀ, they were exemplary Sikhs. I think in internet there is this book inside, I forgot the name. England वाले ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ने वो पाई हुई है book. If you put 1978 history of Singhs, you get that booklet. They have written all different life sketches of Gursikhs. इसमें पढ़ सकते हैं. So ये जो कुछ भी होया, and when I came to know when I was in hospital, which इन्ने सिख जड़े अपने सिंह जड़े शहीद हो गए, and you can imagine my condition, why I am surviving. I used to say, why I am surviving. Then the other day, the very next day, there was cremation was there, and the very next day they took their अस्थियाँ. अस्थियाँ ठंडियाँ में नहीं सी हुई, and सारे जने उसी we were out there. I think you might have seen my photo with Bhai Jarnail Singh ji there. There's a photo in the internet. Oh, I was so much emotionally, I wanted to die there itself. I wanted to, he said, put me into the fire. I don't want to survive. So he pulled me from that place, and then he took me into the lab. And because there were other people, like American Sikhs were there, so they took photos of those, and they put it in their magazine. In that 1978, Beads of Truth there used to be a magazine. Yeah, so they had all those photos there. So it was a very tough time. Now the time is past. We are still struggling. There are so many incidents. Now it also happening. But we are deprived of the strong जथेदार. कोई जरनैल सिंह जी शहीद हो गए, भाई फौजा सिंह शहीद हो गए, जनरल सुबेग सिंह शहीद हो गए. All those great Sikhs, they all martyred now. तो हुण रह गए सारे political बंदे रह गए. There is no one you can see anybody who can lead the community. But we have to think over whatever action we do. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਮਗਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਣਾ. Any action you do, anywhere you go, think over, because ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੋ. So look into what is happening, Don't go blindly. हाँ भी मैं जाके उत्थे आ कर देना, मैं वो कर देना. Don't go that way. Because now is the situation, everybody is selfish. ਹੁਣ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੈਲਫਿਸ਼ਨੈਸ ਆ ਗਈ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਰਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਮੋਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਦੈਨ ਯੂ ਗੋ ਓਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਕਰ ਦੂੰਗਾ, ਮਾਰ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ, ਇਹ ਕਰ ਦਿਆਂਗੇ, ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ, ਚਲੋ ਜੀ. ਅੱਗੋਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ they are already, they're ready. Once you come in front, they'll shoot you. That's all. You're gone. Who's going to ask you? Your family is going to lose you. So ਅਸੀਂ ਐਸੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਕਰਨਾ, unless you are very sure this is something is happening. ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ who is leading and who is going where. तो सारे चीज़ों वास्ते सानू बहुत सोच समझ के we must do that thing. इस करके जो असी इत्थे सेवा करनी है, जो तुसी कर रहे हो, तुहानू गुरु होर बल बख्शे, होर प्यार बख्शे, ताकि तुसी होर ऑर्गेनाइज हो. इस तरह अपने बच्चों के नाल तुसी प्यार दे नाल और सिमरन नूं नहीं छड्डना. जे तुसीं सिमरन छड्ड दोगे दैन यू विल बी लॉस्ट. तुहाडे विच जिहड़ी बीमारी है, हौमे की बीमारी आ जाएगी. आई एम अ जथेदार, आई एम अ लीडर. ये जिहड़ी क्वालिटी सी ये उन्हां सिंघां च नहीं सी. असीं गुरु के दास, असीं गुरु के सेवक बन के रहना. जे सानू गुरु को सेवा दिंदा है तो असीं उस सेवा उन्होंने प्यार नाल करनी है. असीं उस सेवा नूं गुरु का हुक्म मान के करनी है. बिकॉज जदों तुसीं आम कम्यूनिटी दे विच विचरोगे, मेक श्योर यू गो इन वन ड्रेस. wherever you go, try to go in one dress. Then you are easily identified. People can identify you. Yeah, these are the seva wale jehde gursikh ne. So that makes you sort of you ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬਣ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਵੀ ਦਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਾਲਾ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੈ. तो बाणा इज़ द बेस्ट वन, और कुर्ता पजामा अपना जो है वो दैट इज़ द बेस्ट वन. वेयर विच एवर यू लाइक, विच एवर यू फील लाइक. ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੰਗਾ ਇੰਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਵੀ if 30-40 people, youngsters coming in one dress and doing one seva, so everybody, you are being attracted by the people. That's, who are these people? Those who are doing seva. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੀਪ ਔਨ ਗੋਇੰਗ, ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰੇ, ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੇ. ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਰਹੋ, ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਲਓ, ਯੰਗਸਟਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜੋ ਔਰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ ਖੇਡ ਕੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਲਾਓ. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ, ਇੰਨੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਿਓ. ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਓ. ਬੁਲਾਓ ਫਤਿਹ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ